Toyota is still strong with hybrids, but they're also now extending their EV lineup here also towards the lower segments, a compact or small, depending on the market view, a compact or small EV here with the Toyota Urban Cruiser. And can they catch up to other EV manufacturers? We're going to find out here with Thomas and Autogefühl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go with already a very strong look for this smaller EV. Nice daytime running lights, segmented style, and it also looks pretty cool when you hit the turning indicators, for example. Here in the white vehicle color, all the black contrasts are of course even more prominent. And yeah, as I said, this also should be affordable. Soon going to talk about the prices of this vehicle, at least the entry price. Here in the side profile, length is 4.29 meters or 169 inches, so it's like an ID3 or Golf size approximately. And there you can see wheels 18 or 19 inch. These are the biggest 19-inch wheels. This is here a top trim vehicle. Charging port is here in the front bar. It's interesting how it's split between the wheel arch here and the paint. There we go. AC is 11 kilowatt, DC up to 150 kilowatt peak. And the batteries are either 49 kilowatt hours or 61 kilowatt hours, both LFP chemistry, which is actually quite good for most, daily EV customers. And the approximate range, considering that battery size, we have to see about efficiency later when we can drive the vehicle and so on. But I think you can calculate them with the big battery with some 300 kilometers, 200 miles, something like that. So it definitely has more like this urban focus. Heat pump is actually standard for this vehicle. So in contrast to the BZ4X, the bigger brother, this one then probably supposed to be more efficient. It's, by the way, a cooperation together with Suzuki. The sister model would be a Suzuki e-Vitara. By the way, here the rear doors, you can see they're already attached here, like a little bit hidden grab handle. Soon more, of course, to all of the interior effects. Towards the rear, a modern look here, once again with this segmented signature. And when you hit the turning indicators, they are below here. It's very interesting also how it shines through this glass area. So I think design-wise, it works very well. It has a very strong look for this rather compact or small EV. And it doesn't look EV-ish. It looks like it could also be a Toyota hybrid or combustion engine. Oh, Leah is also nodding, so she also likes the design, obviously. All-wheel drive model means, yes, it's also available. So you either get front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This is in the top model. And the all-wheel drive model, of course, only for the bigger battery. And there will probably be like a 7.5 seconds acceleration figure to 100 kilometers an hour. Top speed, we expect 150 kilometers an hour because we're also looking at the Suzuki specs. So this is a very early vehicle. Not all the facts and figures are released yet. There's no charging time figure yet, for example. We can also take a look if there is a frunk or not. Let's see. There we go. No, sadly, no frunk. This, by the way, battery charger here, so the 12 volt board-net battery doesn't die on us here when the vehicle is running all day with the lights on and so on. Yeah, sadly no frunk, but yeah, maybe there are some nice solutions in the trunk very soon for the cable. We'll check it out. Then we can check out here the door closing sound. Normal door handles. Yeah, very solid closing sound here, definitely. That's nice. Oh, and by the way, because I forgot to show you the key. I mean, it's a smaller EV. Oh, ain't that cute? Tiny, fine. Oh, yeah. Cute small keypad, why not? But I mean, then it's also not like really large in the pocket. Then we have an interesting structure here at the inside of the door. Top part here is rather hard pack, sadly. Here, a little bit softer than for your elbow. That's nice. It's like this ambient integration, ambient lighting integration. So that's actually cool. Standard controls, here, rear buttons. No covering on the inside here, but then you have this structure. And then the first look. Steering wheel with a flat bottom, modern design. Real buttons at the steering wheel as well. And the seats. The whole interior is free from animal materials. And here, yay, that's very good. And then we have a mix of fabric, and outside is a leatherette, and it's also pretty cool. Here's the perforation and so on, and yeah, makes so far a good first quality impression. Taking a seat, And you sit relatively upright, so it has already a real SUV flair indeed, with 189, 602. Some room left to the left side here, and then there's a panoramic roof. And here you can also close it manually actually. And well, it looks like that you can actually open it, but you can't. So that's the thing, it's deceiving. So yeah, at some point maybe also, yeah.
Here it looks like
yeah,
it, yeah,
even from the top part here, it looks like it. You can open it, but there is nothing, you know. So you cannot open it. So this, yeah, you are deceiving us. Yeah, but overall, seating comfort is good. Steering wheel control manual, up and down, in and out. There we go, and classic store columns. So this also aiming at a customer group who are coming from the hybrids or the combustion engine and saying like, we don't want to make it like too spacey, too much different and so on. You think like, yeah, I mean, this is not necessarily an electric vehicle. And I think, well, experience shows that most don't want anything super different only because they drive an electric vehicle, you know. Electric seat control here. So this then the top trim goes also up and so on. So this is like you sit down and easily get along. Then here, welcome to this cockpit, two 10-inch screens. What is a little bit strange is that like this one screen is like here and the other screen is like, the instrument screen is like lower. I think they should be more like level. But then again, here you can look better through the steering wheel. So yeah, it depends. Here, hardback on the top part. This is a nice structure here. So you can already hear that to make it a little bit, you know, better, you know, from the look and feel from the materials. Glove box here is also properly dampened, so that's nice. Still a manual knob here for the volume, and also the climate unit here, vent strength and warmer and colder, so this is actually easy to access. The inductive charging pad is not ventilated though. Cup holders are not adaptive, so that's more basic. Yeah, and this high gloss back area is also not my favorite, honestly. This here for the gear selection, put it down, then in D mode, like this, down, reverse and P, that's easily done. Drive mode selection is here. You even have some trail off-road setting because this is here the all-wheel drive model. And on the left side you can control the recuperation. So this then here that you can change for like a one pedal driving mode kinda. If it's really one pedal driving coming to a standstill, we'll have to test for you when we drive this vehicle. Then here the elbow area could be a little bit softer. You could open this one, cannot access like different heights and so on. This from attachment is okay. More space underneath. It's just like an open space. I wonder. Wait a minute. Yeah, I wonder why. Here this is also nice structured here from the inside underneath the middle console, and then here we have the. Leah has to help me because I can't see it. What is it?
USB-C and USB-A.
USB-C and USB-A, so both. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's always good to have four eyes then, right? Yeah, and here again you can see like this small panoramic roof here. I mean, it's a really good and nice and comfortable seating position. What would be the counterpart here from the hybrid segment from Toyota? It would be more or less a Toyota Yaris Cross in that area here. And even more interesting is what it then has as a space for the rear. You know, we can check it out directly as for that. Yeah, I mean, some details maybe to the screens first, because here on the steering wheel, volume control, for example, so real buttons, that's the left side, right side for the cruise control. Digital instruments look like this, so it's also clear to read. Right side with the big speed, can also have the map inside. And yeah, here maybe see what I mean. So, see with the screens here? I feel that the instruments should be higher, you know, at least from a visual perspective, than the main infotainment. This is not the final one, Toyota says, because the responsiveness is still really, really slow. So they hope that this improves over time. What is actually interesting is that you have some EV settings that you can actually activate. It's a little bit deep in the menu, but it's like a preconditioning for cooling and heating then. And yeah, when we can drive the car, we can also show you more how that works. And you also have here Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, wired or wireless. I would say the JBL sound system is not too bad. Not too bad. And I always find it very interesting with the Toyotas. So at the moment, I think they always look stunning on the exterior. The interiors are always like, yeah, okay, not the most premium ones. Something looks old school, outdated, not the best materials. But it's kind of deceiving because in the reliability rankings, Toyota and Lexus are always leading. So only because you get the impression that maybe this is not the best interior doesn't mean it has a bad reliability, you know. So at least for the hybrids, we have the experience that Toyota hybrids are really super reliable, and also the normal, like non-hybrid combustion engines. We'll see, of course, how it turns out with their EVs. But I think we have good hopes that the EVs will also keep up that reliability ranking. Yeah, Leah is checking more features for you.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that.
not that bad.
Wow. So she found out that the passenger seat has a sleeping function, basically. So interesting. That's nice. And we've also saw that the handles here, so it's possible for the passengers. It's actually also in the rear on both sides, just not on the driver's side. So you have
It is a hole, but
yeah.
no.
And here the driver's seat is electric, but it also folds down actually. So yeah, you can also have a good time together then.
Wants to join me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the next charging stop then, definitely. Now to the rear seats. Here, hardback and top part. Then we have again this nice structure in the lower parts, also going down here, also for bigger bottles and so on. And then interesting here, the highlight is that the rear bench has a 1/3, 2/3 split. And look at that, I mean, how wide that goes. Slidable 16 centimeters or 6 inches in 10 steps. And you can also adjust here the back part. Good material quality, once again, of the seats, both of the leatherette and the fabric, that's nice. Isofix on the outside. This middle part you can also put down as a ski hatch, and at the same time then it's also a cup holders. So yeah, that's an interesting solution. And you can see once again here, when I slide this one forward, look at, I mean, can't really put that. Yeah, that's that way I can see the difference, how wide that goes forward. Then of course you can make the trunk even longer. So if you say like, hey, I'm not always driving with people in the rear, you can push this forward. And here also to sit, you can also put it more upright. But yeah, the most comfortable position would be more this backward thing. And it is actually decently comfortable. Just the headroom here, I mean, here, when I put my head back, then it's here with 189, 642, I can directly sit here, hair is touching the ceiling, but not for the tallest guys actually, so not Michael Jordan proof. And legroom here is actually fine considering the length of the vehicle, so it's really good in the usage of space here overall. In the lower part, 2 more USB-C chargers, also split in C and A. One thing, by the way, here is that like in the front there, what I discovered then is that the connection is with the USB-A. There's of course a little bit old school approach, you know what I mean? And then here, see here, using that EV platform, that there's no middle tunnel and absolutely flat bottom. That's also pretty cool. Then let's take a look at the trunk. Here we go. Manual opening, shelf here, this fits also vertically in. Then the width is a little bit less than 1 meter or 40 inches, and the normal length here is about some 70 centimeters or 28 inches. This is interesting. These are some covers that when I fold the seats, there we are. And there you can see. This is like to protect anything from falling inside there. And I had some experience with that, yeah, because we recently had like a blueberry accident, and we had a vehicle where like there was nothing like that, and there were like really wide open spaces behind the seats, and there was like a shopping basket, and then there were some blueberries, but there was like some organic blueberries, no plastic falling around, and they were just in like this, it's like this open box. And then the bigger box, it turned upside down, and then the blueberries were all over the trunk, and then they were going inside there behind the seats, and I was like picking them one by one out of it. This is definitely blueberry proof. Yeah, maybe here they could fall in, but this is definitely to protect anything from falling there, and you can also slide stuff in the trunk. A small excursion, sorry about that. And then here we go to the total length, to the seats I would be driving. This is about like almost 1.60 meters or 62 inches. And underneath here, because we have no frunk, you can store some charging cables. Actually, it stays up like this, and here or here. That's for that sufficient space. I think they're using the space they have definitely. The only thing we don't have yet is the height. We go with total unfolding, and absolute height here is about 66 centimeters or 26 inches. And just to show you the difference here, so that you have like this additional 15 or 16 centimeters here when you push that 2/3 forward, or this one can also be pushed forward. Here the length difference then, that you gain additional trunk length then. Our shooting location here, by the way, is the Toyota collection in Cologne, Germany, and yes, basically a museum. Look at that, they even have race cars here. That one that was driven by Carlos Sainz, you know, the rally car, really cool. And of course the past series production vehicles here, so a lot of precious vehicles here, so yeah, definitely worth to take a look at that. And here behind that curtain there are even more cool things. Look at that. So I mean, can't even mention all these vehicles here. Old Land Cruisers there in the back as well, in the far back, so that's of course pretty cool. Yeah, and design was probably also this one here. Yeah, always really nice, right? So from the exterior, I think it looks really cool, rugged, a little bit off-roadish and so on. Yeah, there's also all-wheel drive. On the inside, you of course also see like the Suzuki Corporation, that not everything is like most premium on the inside. Favorite definitely the seats, also how they look and they feel. The rest of the materials are, of course, yeah, at some point it's also a budget thing, but there's good offering of space on the inside. And the pricing, they say it will probably start around 30,000 euros, not safe yet, and with the smaller battery. And think about like a bigger battery with the all-wheel drive and some equipment. We'll keep you updated when we know more, and would like to hear your feedback on this Toyota Urban Cruiser. Of course, you can also check out other EV competitors.